Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining me today for another Twilight Zone video in my Twilight Zone ranking series, where I rank every episode of the original Twilight Zone from my least favorite to my favorite. Today I'm going to be talking about number 16, A World of Difference, written by Richard Matheson, directed by Ted Post. This is a season 1 episode, and as always there will be spoilers. So, A World of Difference is yet another season 1 classic in my opinion, and I think maybe a bit of an overlooked episode as there are so many great ones in season 1. But I think A World of Difference is one of the best episodes of the season. I really love the concept of this episode. It's one of those concepts that could have gotten overly complicated, but Richard Matheson's script is really great. This also feels like a very modern and relevant episode in some ways, and the direction and editing is very solid as well. I thought Van Cleef's score also added a lot to the episode and is very strong. Howard Duff is great in the lead, and the supporting cast are all very strong in their roles as well. So this episode is about a man named Arthur Curtis, and he goes to his office for what seems like a normal day of work. But after he talks with his secretary for a bit, he finds out his phone doesn't work, and he also finds out that he is on a sound stage and that he is really the star of a movie. So we find out that this man's name is really Gerald Reagan, a movie star who is having trouble. He drinks, he's getting a divorce. Things just aren't going well for him, basically. He also may or may not be having some kind of mental health issues he's dealing with. It seems to be suspected he could just be faking all this as a way to deal with all his personal life troubles. He is an actor, so it's tough to tell at this point, and the episode and Howard Duff do a great job of not letting us know for sure. So this man, whomever he is, Arthur or Gerald, depending on your point of view, he leaves the studio, even though he may be fired, until he runs into his wife Nora, and she's not very sympathetic, to say the least. She just wants the money coming to her from the divorce. But Arthur or Gerald insists he has no idea who she is. So Nora's not buying any of this, and she drives the man home. His agent meets him there and tells him he must go back to work or he will be let go from the project. The man insists that he is Arthur Curtis and even tries to call what he says is his job, but the number is unlisted. His agent thinks he is definitely losing it and even shows the man a script with the name Arthur Curtis on it and says it is being canceled due to Arthur or Gerald's unwillingness to complete the project. So the man panics and goes back to the film set and sees it's being torn down. He pleads for this not to happen, and suddenly he sees Arthur's wife Marion, and he is very happy about this. He tells her they should go on vacation immediately, so they head to the airport. Meanwhile, no one can find Gerald on set. He was seen there, but it seems like he just vanished. So it seems like even if this man was Gerald, he has now become Arthur Curtis. So wow, this episode is very thought-provoking and well done. It's also a very rewatchable episode in my opinion, as the story is very detailed and it's great to catch new things on a rewatch. I actually think this is an episode that gets better on a rewatch. I love the concept of the actor becoming their character because the character's life is more satisfying than their own. So much happens in a half hour here. This is a very well-paced episode, and I feel like this episode has held up very well. It feels very modern in the script and the way it's filmed. So overall, A World of Difference is an all-time classic Twilight Zone episode that comes in for me at number 16 on the list. As always, feel free to let me know what you thought of this episode, A World of Difference, if you liked it or not. Thank you very much for your support, and thanks for watching.